buddies? Welcome to another week, another day, another edition of the podcast. It is Barn Burner here in the Tower Chrysler studios on a glorious Monday in the month of June, which, again, because I for McLeod Law, we kind of do this day in Flames history, and so I kind of go in and look as, did you know we're well into June now?
Yeah, the cup's usually been handed out a long time ago.
12 days of June as of today. What the H?
Okay.
Didn't it just become June?
I feel like you just rabbit-rabbited us like days ago.
It was just, Christ.
Soon we'll be halfway through a year.
God almighty.
Where are we?
Oh, you do the math for us.
No, June. Yeah.
June.
Summer like solstice is coming, right?
Yes.
Where are we going to be for the solstice?
Well, I wanted to do something, but
we're
very busy. I wanted to do a drinky show. But
drinky for solstice?
Shit, yeah. It's the kickoff to summer.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
All right.
Look at what, like you have
the big booze can boom. Old booze can boomer really wants to get after.
I've worked with Boomer for 10 years. He's never cared about the solstice once.
I figured the last, I don't think of it as the solstice. I just think of it as summer.
Yeah. A summer kickoff. I'm down with. Yeah.
I didn't think I'd have to twist your arm.
You will never have to. You'll never have to twist my arm.
Yeah.
I'll crack one now. Go to the fridge, Jack. I'll shotgun a beer right now.
Back at his palatial estate, Tower Chrysler Studios. It's Tower Chrysler. Our buddy Serge. I have to go to Tower today. Swinging by.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great.
You crashed that thing up or what?
No. Okay. I'm getting some stuff on the pickup, the other vehicle.
Oh,
some new rubber. Serge. Golfing Whistler.
Yes. I checked in with him on Saturday. There was some wildlife to be seen.
Is that right?
Did you get the video?
No.
Oh my good Lord. Like within 15, 20 feet of a rather large sized bear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
well, he's
on
in
this
great
side
shape.
of the cart. I'll stay. You stay on that side, Bear. Mr. Bear, you just keep going. I'm going to back up. I'm just going to play opposite side of the cart as you.
Serge is nothing to worry about.
He's less delicious. Less fat.
I just hope
he's all sinew.
If you've got some sort of snack on the cart, just toss it and move. Let the bear have that.
Yeah. I don't know that the park rangers would recommend that.
They don't. But if it's about saving your life or doing what the park ranger says, I know what I'm picking. If I have a burger, I don't want to feed the bear, but I want to save my life. That's probably where I'm going.
And you're doing some Montagna golf this week.
I just got an invite this morning for Thursday. Very excited. Haven't golfed yet this year since a couple months ago when I disappeared down south for a week.
Yeah.
So it's there's a lot of rust to be shaken off, but it's coming up quick. I got Thursday, I got a Saturday. I think Monday, Tuesday we might have something cooking.
Rhett, you must be jealous because I know you're dying to hit the course.
I guess I could go out. Well, it's raining here finally. Getting rid of the fires in Quebec and stuff.
Back at your palatial estate in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, we could describe it as that. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got some great video from the Warner family on the weekend as well.
Again.
Looked like a great weekend, Rhett.
Wow.
So stay tuned for that. The Pinder report.
Rhett, press conference today, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time.
2:30 Bills time.
The Calgary Flames are announcing a new head coach.
Really?
They won't say who in the press release. So,
no,
I mean,
kid.
Get ready to be stunned. Now, I'm just disappointed you're in Buffalo. It means it's not you.
No, it's definitely not me. I went there. I didn't get interviewed. I didn't get calls returned. I didn't get texts. So I'm officially out of the running.
Did you get AI to do another cover letter for you?
I did the cover letter, sent it all in. Nice little package.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
What's the vibe there? I mean, they should know you. It's your buddies running the show now.
Yeah, I think they hate me is kind of what I'm feeling. It's probably what's going on.
Brett's unhateable. He's too fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they must feel threatened by it.
Is that it?
No.
Okay, what is it then?
We let that juggernaut in the door. He's going to take all of our jobs.
He's been trashing everyone on this damn podcast thingy that he does with those idiots.
If
The
only
fat
the
guy
internet
and the
weren't
guy
forever.
that needs a haircut, eh?
Yeah, if
Fuck.
only. Ryan Huska. So if your name is Huska, is it Husks? Husky? What's the
Husky's not going to work for him.
what do you
Wow.
Pardon me?
Bow wow. Like you're barking like a dog, like a husky. Huska. Bow wow.
That's why he's not getting the job.
'Cause
He's called
Huska
him Bow Wow.
almost has a nicknamey hockey nickname thing to it. S's are big, right?
Husk.
Because you had Suts.
Oh, he'd have to be a husky.
Is he Husky? We got to figure this shit out.
I'll text the Ginla.
Text Iggy.
Oh, now I'll get back to you, eh?
Yeah.
He did respond to me over the weekend.
Good.
I said, why is your idiot friend never answer his texts? Oh.
So anyway,
Well, there could be some assistant openings. Maybe that's what it is. They do this
that's what I
first.
was going to say. We haven't
GM, head coach. Now the assistants will be the next thing. We're not led to believe that any announcements on the rest of the staff will be made today.
Is that right?
I mean, they could surprise us, but it
That's
only said head coach in the press.
Bow Wow has to go through the interviewing process again or whatever.
Does
doesn't
he?
Well, he's got to do the interview now after being in it.
Yeah, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Because I just remember because Treliving, when he did his thing, then we
Yeah.
had a Don Maloney up the ladder
Don
and
Maloney?
Pascal and
Yeah.
all everybody got upgrades. They
Dave
all got
Donuts,
upgrades.
Dave Nonis, come on in.
Yeah. I wonder if there's Kirk Muller. Are you out or are you in? Cale McLean, are you moving on up like George Jefferson? What Mitch Love? Are you
George.
staying? Are you coming? What do
I
you?
mean, Cale can't really move up. He's an assistant. Are you going to make him associate? or-
Oh, something.
It sounded like from Frank's point perspective, it might be the end of the road for Kirk Muller here, and maybe that's not the case, but that he didn't make the final round of interviews to be the head guy, and that's usually the time where you might just exercise your options elsewhere if you have them. Maybe not though. It was Frank's gut.
Yeah.
Hates
And-
Muller. Hates him.
Well, and Mitch Love's interesting. Like, hey, Mitch, it's Ryan Huska calling. Just wanted to bring you in for a chat. How'd your season go? Like, I don't know. Does he want him? Do you want him more experienced? If Muller's not there, there's theoretically 2 openings on the staff. If Muller's gone and they've graduated Huska to the head coach, right? 2 openings.
What about you, Red? Are you tied with Husky?
Bow wow.
I'm a
You and
blade,
Bow Wow?
I'm a blade, not a blazer.
I
it's
know,
gonna be
yeah.
Still,
hard.
eh? Still. Because you would have seen him the year you did some player development stuff with the Flames. He would have been, running that team? Or no, he'd be an assistant in Calgary at that point.
He'd have been here. Was it you and Cale?
Yep.
All hail Cale down in Stockton
Cale was
when
in
you were.
Stockton that year.
Kale
right?
was in Stockton. Yeah.
So, no, I mean, we're trying to. So, you know Ryan a bit or you don't? That's what I'm asking here.
I know him very little.
Okay.
I know of
Just seeing him in the building now and then kind of
enough
thing?
to say hi. We've discussed certain things, but I don't think I've got his phone number or no.
Okay.
All right.
So, you don't have any
can't
feels on
reach
how
out
this
to
will
him.
go?
Give me no.
No feels, eh?
In the field paw.
Him in the fields.
Okay, so and I mean we'll talk about this. I know you're tired of talking about it in a way, Red. Because on Friday you were talking about how you were already kind of done talking. Just on the surface, announcement today, as we kind of figured was going to be the case. Ryan Huska, Calgary Flames head coach. What's your first reaction?
Good for him.
Definitely good for him.
Definitely good for him.
It's another internal candidate. That's 2 openings, 2 internal guys. And it's my gut is please be a head coach because we don't know. We haven't seen him at this level as a head coach. Like if this organization has gone to first-time coaches a lot and it's blown up on them a lot, but everyone who is a great head coach was also a first-time head coach. Let's hope he's one of those.
It's true. It's a good point you make.
That's very deep.
All great coaches at one point.
We're a first-time head
We're a
coach.
first-time head coach.
Yeah.
On the screen, if you're watching there, he's been doing it. He's been doing it a long time. If this is the path that you're supposed to take, you go in junior and assistant, then you're head coach, and then you're a head coach in the A, and then you're assistant in the
It's
A.
20 years of coaching.
He's put some time in for sure.
And who has that wonderful stash in front of him in this photo?
That's a great question.
It is a dynamite mustache.
Oh, am I not figuring that? Could that be Denny
Branson?
Gilbert? Oh, that is good Branson for
Is
sure.
it?
Yeah, it's a good call.
So why are white lids with a red jersey?
Well, is there red there too? Yeah.
Hmm.
Didn't see that part.
Doesn't the white jersey have red?
Does the white? Yeah, I guess on the
Yeah.
shoulders, right? You don't see any. So we're going with Gutty.
I think so.
I think it's got to be a Gutty.
Sorry,
Gotta be
I
a
kind
Gutty.
of turned the corner. Or
No, that's
page on
what
it, but it's-
No,
we're
that
all
is an
thinking.
excellent duster.
You just said what we're all thinking. So
Yeah. Poor Huska, look at him. He's like, this bastard showing me up with that facial hair. I can't
Yeah.
get anything going on over
you
here.
hair growing sons of bitches.
I'm Mr. Bigglesworth compared to this
Yeah.
mustache man.
You hairy prick. That's going to be the thing, right? Let the guy coach, let the team
I mean,
perform under him, but
yeah.
that is going to be the knock that I think happens to a lot of assistant coaches, particularly who are just nice guys. Can nice guys finish first?
Well, and it's the role, right? You're the buffer between the mean head coach and the players, and so you're trying to soften the blow. And when it's Daryl there, you absolutely are good cop because we know who bad cop is. When Daryl's the head guy, and it's not always easy to go assistant to head, but there are a lot of guys that have also made it look easy. I don't know.
For me, again, I keep going back to it and saying it over and over. I think what will dictate his success is what the team's trying to do. Is he going to be put under a mandate of you better effing win now and get us back into the playoffs and finish first? Or is he going to be given some free reign and some different players? It is a youth movement. Is it, or you know what I mean? Is it the same? Get it.
I know it's going to start. I mean, this year it's make the playoffs. I would be stunned if it isn't. I mean, it's kind of been the owner's MO forever. So until it changes, we should expect it to be the same. But you're right. If it, I think you look at the next 2 years, you've got 7 UFAs at the end of this season. I think they'll certainly make some decisions on a few of them this summer, if not most of them, in terms of extend or trade. Maybe you carry a couple into the season as pieces that you could move at the deadline if things don't go well. And then the year after, you also got some guys coming off the books or that need new contracts. So this could be a very different looking team in 2 years than the one he's got. But I think the biggest wrinkle are the guys are going to be here now and in 2 years. And that's Kadri and that's Huberdeau.
The problem with you saying 2 years out is going to be different is that if he doesn't have success, he ain't here. And you know what I mean? He's going to be going into a third year and they're going to be going, well, we're going with a different look, then is he part of it? Like, if it's win now mandate, which is fine, they got this lineup and these, guys with contracts, and you might not be able to move them or this or that. Okay, start winning. And if you don't win, then the change happens. We're going to go younger. I don't know. It's confusing.
Because just kind of running through my head, and I'll ask that question in a moment, but just being straight up, if you were let's just even put you in the top chair. If you're the owner, or what would your expectation, what would your goals be for the start of this season, Retro? Are you fully, regardless, you're looking at age only and it's a young league, are you wanting to start turning things over? Or are you saying, look, we got to give this group a chance to be a playoff team? What would your approach be for the start of this coming season?
I would have to look into it. I forget who I talked to. We were talking to someone, but ideally you do both.
Yeah, that's if you could do that, if you can somehow walk that tightrope, that would be a masterclass.
Right?
If Craig Conroy can stay competitive and get younger over the next few years, that would be an absolute stroke of genius.
Right? Like, are those young guys? Can you bring them up and fill out a bottom, a fourth line, for lack of a better term, with some energy, but a fourth line that's expected to contribute. We said it when I was in Calgary. I think having the Wranglers there and playing at the Saddle Dome was totally underutilized, and a lot of that will be blamed on Daryl. Sure, they should be moving guys in and out all the time, and putting them in positions to succeed. Okay, you've been up for 2 weeks. Coronado down to the minors for 2 weeks, and bring someone else up. Keep all those guys engaged as well.
Yeah, and it just wasn't really part of the way Daryl wanted to do business. No. And I feel like a lot of people in the org probably were disappointed that there wasn't more opportunity for those guys to swing through. And I guess that's also what happens when you show up to camp and there's not a lot of vacancies. Like when you sign Trevor Lewis, who you still could have, found a guy like him on waivers any week of the season. It's just one less roster spot for a kid to be in, right?
So to answer your question, Boom, I think as an owner, that's what I would be curious in asking. Mr. Huska, how are you going to get us younger but win now?
Conroy or Huska?
Because that's the thing. Huska's gonna try and win regardless of what he's given. If it's a bunch of 33-year-olds or 18-year-olds, just win, right? For Conroy, he can have more of a say and an impact on that. Just with the draft now a couple weeks away.
Yep.
You've had the conversations, I would guess, by now with Lindholm, Hanifin, who we'll talk about in a moment, Backlund, the whole
Toffoli, Tanev,
Yeah.
Shillington, Zadorov. There's a lot of guys.
Do you think you've had them?
Absolutely.
Don't you by
I don't know.
now?
How long has he been at the helm?
I just think here's what I
2
will
weeks
say.
today, 3 weeks today?
This is the season when you swing big deals heading into the draft. So the time is the runway. There's not much left if you are going to talk to these guys before these big deals happen at the draft, which is only 2 weeks away.
Yeah, I suppose yeah.
And it's free agency opens in 2.5 weeks. So it's 3 weeks.
He knows
so it's
everything
like
he
it's
needs to about free agency. What the hell has he been sitting in
Well,
a tree in the middle
No.
of nowhere?
He's not signing guys, but other teams have plans. So if another team is looking to add a D and you haven't talked to them about trading one of your pending UFAs, of the 3 you have on the back end, 4, like Shillington, Zadorov, Tanev, and Hanifin, they control a lot of chips on the trade market if they're talking to people.
Yeah, the teams have their cash in their pocket right now.
You got to get at them
So
before
if you
they
can
spend.
get to them before they fucking blow.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's a great
Yeah.
draft crop. If you're going to turn these guys into futures, do it for the 27th and 28th of the month, not a year down the road.
Yeah.
Get some kids now.
We'll talk more just in a moment. I want to tell you about St. Eugene Championship Golf Course, casino, spa, restaurants, the mountains. You know what? I saw on the old social media that Natasha Stanishevsky was out there.
The chef.
She's doing some.
I call her the
She an
chef.
influencer or whatever. I'm excited to get out there. Let's go. Beautiful.
Because
stuff.
Natasha's there? Or
No,
the-
she was on the posting the videos in the hotel, and they had like fancy food. The food looks outstanding. steugene.ca, Twitter, Instagram. You go see what I'm talking about. Beautiful spot. It's time to discover or rediscover the beautiful St. Eugene Golf Resort and Casino.
who's heading out there? One of Rhett's buddies.
Is that right?
The Weem Dog is heading out there, I think, next weekend.
Weem Dog.
This weekend, they got the big
Yeah.
Father's Day tournament this weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
He and
Then
Kami are going to be
Then they get
setting
so
foot.
they get so smashed and they play too much golf and they get up too early, and by the second day they're
Just like
fighting
that.
with each other and
Father-son
elbow drop.
spats.
Yeah. Dumb.
That's the way it
So
should be.
dumb.
It sounds great.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it
You
does
got
sound
guys
great.
cheating on their
41 Coors
half.
Light.
Exactly.
That's right. steugene.ca. Even if you don't want to get drunk and fight with your dad and just have a nice course,
Yeah, you can do
nice
another
round.
round.
I think
No,
you can
no,
do-
no. There's no kids. You're not fighting with your dad. You're just
Just
they're out there for Father's Day,
Oh.
abandoning their children.
Oh,
I thought they were taking their dad.
No. They abandoned their families to go
Yeah.
celebrate Father's Day by themselves on the golf course.
And they get drunk and fight
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah, with each other. I got it. Yeah, you get cranky and hungover. And
I mean, it's
dehydrated.
however you want to do it.
That's true.
The nice thing about St. Eugene.
There's a lot of space out there on those 18 holes,
Yeah.
Dean.
Maybe it's just the spa. Maybe it's the fine dining. Whatever it is, steugene.ca
See you soon.
is the website. See you soon is
See you
right.
soon.
So going back to the weekend, what?
I just have one more thought that I think was I heard EJ Hradek from the NHL Network make. We were just listening to some stuff for the show, and he was asked about the hire, and he said the one thing. Well, it's actually Bruce Boudreau because he was on the panel with Jackie and EJ, and he said the one thing Huska has that no one else has is he knows what's going on in that locker room better than anyone, and that's something that Rhett's alluded to a lot. That if there's going to be issues that still aren't solved in there, if there is going to be a team that succeeds this year, it has to be a more harmonious place. Huska's got the best view and insights on what has happened and what needs to change.
Yeah, and so if he can make the changes and it's not actually the personnel, it was the situations that were making it difficult, then
Mhm.
it's something you can deal with.
He's not walking in blind to a shitty spot where it's like, what
Yeah.
the hell happened last year, right?
And you know
Anyone
what?
else that was listed as a finalist was
Yeah.
walking into that.
Because we did talk about that last week, the week before, that there's something going on in that room. There has been for a while, and I think it's a good point actually that he will know. Can you fix it? Can you massage it? Can you make it manageable? That is the challenge.
Mhm.
But if you brought in somebody completely from the outside, it could take weeks, months.
Like, let's say they go get
Before they figure
Laviolette,
that
like some big star name. He'd be like, he would take a long time figuring out what the fuck.
You
went
don't want to
down
rush to
last year.
judgment. You want to give it time, and then you're doing the same thing over and over again. Going back to the Cup final game on Saturday, one of the intermissions, David Amber and Elliot Friedman talking about news and notes around the league. And Elliot brought up the Calgary Flames and specifically Noah Hannafin. Let's take a listen to what Elliot had to say from 2 nights ago.
Names you're going to start to hear a little bit of here is Noah Hannafin from Calgary. He's got one more year like a lot of the Calgary players do, and I think teams have begun to ask the Flames, what exactly are you thinking about here? What's the future? I think, a lot of us are talking about Winnipeg right now, and for good reason, but low-key, I think Calgary could be just as interesting a team as Winnipeg over the next few weeks, depending on how all these players feel about their futures.
Yes, we'll talk about Winnipeg. We have, because the Athletic put up their board, and it's so anyway. Yeah, Noah Hannafin. I don't know. Again, because you have maybe a little bit of insulation there with Uyghur. I don't.
Shillington's coming back.
And you hope he's going to be able to.
We don't know what he is, but he's back.
You better get I almost swore, a great haul for Noah Hannafin.
I think you would. I think he's undervalued.
But it's the same situation, and you're right. You probably would. Good, but you're going to end up in the same situation as if you trade a right winger, right? Now we need a defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
If you take Noah Hannafin out of the top 4, you are banking heavily that Shillington and Tanev can do what they did 2 years ago. Because if Anderson Uyghur's your top pair, that's totally fine. They were awesome. I thought it was the best pair they had all year was those two together. But you're an injury away from putting a guy in the top 4. You don't want to. And Shillington's a big question mark. To assume that a guy's going to look like he did a year and a half ago is a pretty large jump.
You say Tanev, and I'm like, well, Tanev has to stay healthy year. Right? Yeah. And is he going to stay healthy?
And look, like if you're trading Noah Hannafin, you can get a D back. Like this, I don't know that there's many guys in their prime that eat the type of minutes and play the level of competition he plays that are available.
Let's get rid of him.
No, I'm just saying. Look, it's the same thing with Lindholm, Red. You're either committing 8 years and getting older with him, or you're moving him for assets. You're not going to be better tomorrow by trading these guys, but you're getting younger.
But you don't have 3 other 30-year-old defensemen that are making 8.5, right? Like you've got a young D core that you could keep together for quite a while, right? Like
who's in that?
Uyghur, Hannafin, Rasmus Anderson, and whoever, hopefully Shillington, rounds out that top 4.
So maybe you're looking to trade Tanev instead then, if you're trying to.
Oh, I would trade Tanev way sooner than I would trade.
The thing of it is, right? It's if Hannafin basically says I'm not ready to sign, do you feel then you're pursuing a sign and trade type of a deal?
7 or 8 years he's going to get. You may as well, if you can do it, get more,
right?
Try.
But I am with
happening now. It used to be like a pipe dream.
I'm with you, Rhett.
Look what Damon Severson.
You can. I feel like you can absorb a loss up front a little bit easier than a minute munching skating defenseman. And he does make mistakes, but he's on the ice a lot and has the puck a lot. So you're going to see it's Brody-esque.
Yeah.
It's Brody-esque in a way, but
not perfect and not going to put up numbers unless your team is just scoring 1 billion goals that year, but big minutes. Like if you're trying to put a third pairing guy into those minutes, it does not look good. There's a reason Zadorov and Goodbranson looked way better on a third pair than when either have been elevated.
But to your point, you'd be needing a D back.
Yeah. So it's like we want a first and a young D, and between the young D and Shillington and maybe re-signing Troy Stetcher, we could soak up that. And to be fair, like he might be their third best defenseman. I think Uyghur and Anderson are, they're clearly locked in already term-wise, but I mean, you could make the case he's their third best D by many measures.
I mean, that's fine though. Like
you're good. You're deep on the blue line for sure.
That's just it. And that's wow. It's Huska and Conroy working in tandem.
Yeah, hey, Huska's going to know a lot.
How you want to opt now? 3 things. Hannafin, are you coming back?
What does it take?
If we pay you, Huska, do you want him back or do you not like working with them? And is he the fit? And do you want to work from the D out, or how do you want to design this team to play? Right?
Yeah. They got a pick in the draft this year. There's a couple D that could drop to them too.
I'm fine with moving all kinds of pieces. It's what you. I just hesitate to move. I feel like your strongest asset is your defenseman right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd agree.
They don't
That's-
have much cooking though.
well, that's the thing.
Right?
Yeah, it's Poirier.
That's my point. Is if you
Yeah.
give them away, the minors isn't. They've got a great mix of NHL defensemen that are signed, including Hannafin, with Shillington coming back. They've got depth of NHL caliber defensemen. They have no depth after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Poirier is a couple of years away, and the offense has always been there. It's teaching them the other side of the puck, and it's sort of similar critiques to what we saw with Shillington when he was drafted.
Yeah.
You're like, man,
And Gilbert-
it took a while to get here. Shillington, to
You
be
know?
fair, it was like 3-4 years of climbing his way through the system. But they also, yeah, like we're not quite there yet, and I'll shelve it for a bit. But there's going to be a lot of talk if they have to draft a defenseman this year, and like organizationally, that's where they're the weakest. But God, there's been some examples of teams drafting for position and not best player, and they just roast them. So we'll see. There's going to be some good players at 16.
I hope he's drafting best player. You
have to.
just said effing
Oh, yeah.
trade.
Yeah.
To get fill positions, then you know what you're getting.
And I'm kind of just to wrap my thoughts on where this sits with Hannafin. I feel the same way about Lindholm. They're the youngest of all these free agents, the type of guys you want to build around. You're going to have to give them both max term if they're hanging around. They're not going to be cheap because they're very good players. And you're not better the moment you make the trade because you're losing the best player in the trade. But it is part of getting younger and not collecting too many guys into their 30s. Like if they extend him and Lindholm, you'd understand they're good players, extend them. The problem isn't those two. It's that you've already got a defenseman into his 30s, two forwards well into their 30s on significant term, and they're already over the cap, guys, with empty roster spots. This
me,
isn't
Hannafin-
hey, we got a perfect situation. We'll play the cards as we might. You need to shed salary
It's
until there's an
crazy.
announcement it's going up.
It's crazy to think, though. For me, Hannafin's yes, he will be 30 when this contract ends, but he's a long way from 30.
He's got to it as quick as you can get to it, right?
Yeah, like anyway,
He'll turn
that's
27 next season. And if you want to be if like Huska, this is a good point with the coach. He's run the D, he runs the PK. I think if you asked what his area of expertise is, it's not describing offensive wizardry and creativity. He's run D.
Yeah.
If he wants his identity to be through the D core, then maybe it's a Toffoli and Backlund that you move, or you grit your teeth and move Lindholm. But if you can roll out the top three they've got, it stacks up well with any other team in the NHL. Not a lot of teams have Weegar, Anderson, Hannafin type guys as their top three.
I'm too dumb to even do the lines, but how many spots are available up front? How much change can you generate? How much youth can you inject? Do you even have the manpower to, you know what I mean? It's easy. Okay, well, we're going to put Coronado in there and we're going to put Pelche in there. Can we actually squint and see? Okay,
I got 10 forwards under contract, and one of them's Coronado, who's going to have to show he belongs at this level. And Ruzicka, to me, is a wild card that I don't know necessarily is given anything. So I would say you've got 8 guys that are penned into the lineup, and that's 2.5 lines. There's lots of room for Walker Duer and Jacob Pelche.
But I was going to say, because I have Duer penned in.
He is.
I think he's got to be a full time.
I would think so too. Like I was almost kind of
And
surprising
Pelche,
he
really.
went down and played for the Wranglers because it's like once you've sort of cemented yourself as an NHL, you don't see that very often. And to be fair, he had a really bad playoffs for the A, and I think his head wasn't in it because he looked really good at this level and at that level prior to coming up. Wasn't a good playoffs for Walker Duer. There's a lot of guys that had really good playoffs. He wasn't one of them.
Because sticking with this lineup that they have, if those kids can come up and do well, it makes everything easier, right? Obviously, that's quite a statement to make. The issue becomes if your kids can't come in and generate offense and take some ice time, and the guys have similar seasons to they had last year, and I'm talking about Kadri and Huberto and the older guys, well, now you're talking about trouble, right?
Yep.
You don't have any kids that are generating or playing or can play. We got a bunch of old guys that can't get the job. Like now you're in Shitsville.
You need Mangiapane to bounce back, and he had shoulder surgery at the end of the year. So you hope that contributed to what was an underwhelming season after scoring, 35 the year prior. You need another step from Dylan Dubé, as much as there was flashes of it. It's like it wasn't overwhelming. You need Jacob Pelche to look like a full-time NHLer, and I think another coach he would have last year. And yeah, if Coronado wants to add a little pop to this offense, that'd be great. I'm with you on Walker Duehr. Like, I think he's in there. Like, when you saw the way he impacted games, how do you not have that guy there?
What are they going to do with Toffoli?
I was just going to.
It's all these guys, right?
I'm kind of stretching out. I'm thinking about the week. How far are we from the draft and all of that sort of thing? Because I do kind of have a thought. Before we go there, Retro, I just want to stay with the D because we are talking about Hanifin. And you said, like that they are not going to be big players in the free agency market because of where their cap is at. But for other teams that are looking to add on the blue line and look at UFAs and maybe don't like what they see or whatever and think, well, if Hanifin's available, we're going to have to give up assets.
He's the best player available in that group.
But we can go and get him, sign and trade. We're getting him for 8 years. There's the group: Dmitry Orlov, Ryan Graves, Scott Mayfield, Carson Soucy, Radko Gudas. That is the top group, according to Frank and the guys at Daily Faceoff. Orlov had a great playoff with Boston. He's a mobile guy, obviously. You see the points there. But I don't know.
He's 6 years older than Hanifin.
Yeah, right. Like it's
like that's what's
older,
you like what
less
Gudas,
points, doesn't play as many minutes.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the decline here. It was a phenomenal run in Boston, but if you're signing Dmitry Orlov, what is it? A 3-4 year deal to win the bid? Like, it's not anything like adding a Hanifin who you will for 8 years have in your lineup.
Yeah. So I'm kind of leading the witness for the Flames.
You'd get a haul
if he's not. Damn, I got to be a Calgary Flame.
Even if he is,
and that's for Conroy. But maybe it's instead of looking at it as oh God, what am I going to do? This is the best. He's in an absolute no lose. Make me an offer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or if he's willing to sign, I can sign him, and no one can question it. He's 23-minute a night defenseman, put up 48 the year before, 38 last year. So I got a 30 to 40 point defenseman playing 23 minutes a night at the age of 27.
The other thing that's interesting is like Chris Tanev is like the perfect trade deadline type guy to add. Like,
keep him healthy and move him. Problem is, if you're in a spot, it's the same effing issue as always.
Yeah.
If you're in a spot where you're in a playoff fight, you're moving Tanev.
No.
Can you flash that board back up with the defenseman real quick? So you're only mentioning Hanifin. Add Chris Tanev's name to that list. Add Nikita Zadorov in there. Like, they really could get ahead of this market and do very well, but you have to start that weeks ago, days ago now. Like, it can't be like.
Well, I think that's why Elliot brought it up, because it's guaranteed to be happening right now.
And to the point we were talking about earlier with the Red, like, these conversations have happened. They have to have if Connie's doing his job, unless he was so busy with the head coaching. But either way, list their 4 free agents they've got this next year compared to this group. You're probably, even if you're not sure, to get something done now, it's just one less guy that could walk on you or leave in the middle of the year, or that tough spot where we're competitive. Can we trade a core piece?
You see Orlov at the top of that list. I mean, it's
31.
But what I'm saying is, it's almost too easy to connect Hanifin with Boston. He is from there.
Mm-hmm.
They are in absolute win now mode. They're losing Orlov.
And for them, they can justify it saying, look, we're getting younger in a sense. Like, here's the guy we can lock in with term rather than
assets. Are they moving, though? Haven't they emptied the cupboards a little bit?
Yeah, what just move another first rounder. Look at what Florida did. They don't have first rounders for 3 years.
This is fun to be the GM like we are today.
And
what about moving guys like, or not guys like Zadorov? What's his marketability out there?
He scored 14. Like, God bless him for that hat trick on that meaningless game against San Jose in game 82. Like,
yeah, but
I feel like it's a sell high moment.
He's not going to surprise guys around the league. They know what he is, but damn it, 28-year-old, 3.5, throwing a 3.7, and there's no effing defenseman to find. Like,
yeah, if you extend Hanifin and he's here and you're like, this is our identity, I would be very open to saying, okay, if Shillington, Stetcher, and one other guy like Gilbert or Stone is my 5, 6, 7, I can live with that. And I love my top 4, and we can address Tanev later. that's that allows you to move Zadorov, and it opens up some cash. He's making what, almost 3
Like that's
last year of his deal.
preferable to me. And now, again, I don't think the
Not going
market's
to get as much. Yeah.
No, you're not going to get as much, but you might do damn good. Like,
Yeah. If you need someone to fall in love with him, like the Columbus Blue Jackets fell in love with Eric Goodbranson. That 4x4 made no sense here because you knew he was just a perfect third pair guy.
And it happens all the time.
It does, especially with D.
It really does.
Ask Commodore, right? Like it's hard to get D.
What did Forborg? Didn't he go for 3x3 or whatever?
More than term than that.
$3 million a year. All it takes is one team, and if they think we need size and toughness. And
Zadorov's making 3 3/4. Yeah.
What do you have? 16 goals?
14.
14? Like it's terrible. The way we hammer that guy, he is what he is.
He
It's
was
a
one
roller
of their
coaster.
best defenseman. He might have been their best defenseman. Wow, the problem is he mixes in one of those games where you're like, whoo.
Yeah.
He's not, yeah.
Right. You know what? So did Uyghur at times. So does Hannafin
Uyghurs.
at times. There's those nights where it's like, ooh, you were.
I just love what I see from him when he doesn't have to play top 4 minutes, and it's like grab the arm rails, like hang on if he's top 4. But there's a lot of tools there. Like he's on a lot of teams because a lot of teams have dreamt on the tools. Buffalo, Colorado, Chicago, Calgary.
Anyway, I just think those are all the you got to consider all the options. It's not Hannafin's very desirable, so we should. Well, no shit, he's desirable. It's because he's the kind of guy you want to keep.
Yeah, and this is why the whole what is Connie going to do is a black box, because you don't know what the offers are for all these guys on the trade market, and you don't know what their number is to extend. So for all 7 free agents, you can hum and haw, but you don't know what is being offered on the market, and you don't know what dollar price that they're asking for to stay. So we can say should have done this, should have done that. We don't have a clue. We can't see what Connie sees.
Yeah, you could sit down at Conroy's desk and in about 2 or 3 minutes probably have a very good idea. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
And this is what we're being offered.
Yeah, we have to do this.
This is easy. Or vice versa. We can get him for that. And that's all we're getting.
He only wants that term. Bring him in.
As far as offers from other teams. So, I mean, you're not wrong.
Kind of takes the fun out of the armchair quarterback, but yeah, we can't. Yeah, we don't know shit here.
Yeah. You know what it is, Red? It's like you said, anybody can be a GM. Isn't that what you said? It's easy. GM work is easy.
Just need the info.
Give us the details. We'll figure it out.
No problem.
Is there any part of you that's another year, another injury for Chris Tanev?
I'm not being ignorant. You look through the history of the game, and the game's gotten younger. 33-year-old defenseman, how many guys are done right then, right there? 33.
I mean, it was basically a year or two before that for you, wasn't it?
I was 33.
Yeah.
My last year.
You didn't play. Yeah.
I played with, I don't know, so many guys. 33. You're done.
Yeah.
33.
I'm more worried about his health and his ability to play.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. When he's healthy,
but it all goes hand in hand. It was
It's
fine,
the whole thing for sure.
right? Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. He's been beat to piss. His body has been through the ringer.
They were
This is
mystified
tough.
with a lot of the stuff with his body this year too.
That's
Like
kinda
they've
what
done
I'm
a lot of testing, and it's like he will play through anything. And there's a lot of damage done. The warrior mentality that guy has is second to none on that team, and I think you could have had his name in any of those captain conversations around strictly that. No one plays the game harder than him, but those are hard miles. And if there's an opportunity to send him to a contender that says, oh my gosh, like this guy is one of the elite defensive players in this league, we can put him on a second pair with someone that's got a little more offensive jump. We've seen that work for him his whole career. Guys can have amazing seasons next to Tanev. I would mitigate your own risk and understand you got a lot of D with him. Salary,
because then it comes back to the whole Hannafin thing. But
you can't keep them all.
I feel like the Flames have gotten very good value out of Chris Tanev. That was
been a good signing.
Sneaky good signing by Treliving on
There
July,
haven't been a lot of good
whatever it
July
was.
ones.
But I do wonder, to your point, it sounded like it was more than just it's a broken bone. The bone heals.
Yeah,
4 to 6 weeks, that sort of thing.
When he's playing through everything.
And to your point, Red, it's
hard for him to stay healthy. The body's
ability to come back after these sorts of things, it's just not the same. It's sad that 33 years old.
Think that he's we're gonna watch Chris Tanev in Calgary Flames silks for the next 5 years?
God, no. The question for me isn't that. It's, do you move him this summer? Do you try to keep him healthy to the deadline? I don't see a path forward here with the
Well,
amount of money
again-
that they've got committed already.
Again, it's the info, right?
Yeah.
Who wants Tanev? No
You don't
one?
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I guess you're staying.
Well, someone the other day, you'll like this, was saying, man, you put Tanev with Owen Power in Buffalo, because of course Buffalo's got cap space. They're going to be involved in any trade rumor. Like that, there's a landing spot for them.
Absolutely. The problem with Buffalo is, what are they going to give you? Well, they've got $1 million. They got a
got
lot of
tons,
stuff.
man.
You
Yeah.
kidding me? Like a young kid and a pick? Yeah.
But they're situated where they had a really good kind of bounce back season, and I get the feeling that Adams is willing to let this ride out. Do you
Yep.
know what I mean?
I agree.
So I don't think he's going to sell the farm to bring in a Tanev, because there is no damn guarantee that they're making the playoffs now,
Especially in that division.
right? Like, that's the problem. It's like, even if you're Kevin Adams, I'm like, geez, that would be a great fit to play with Powers, and it absolutely would.
Yeah.
Except, does that I'm going to give up? I don't know what are you giving up for Tanev?
Well, and again, it's the type of move I think Kevin Adams would like to make if he's in a really good spot at the deadline, not
Exactly.
before then,
Yeah.
because it's an
Exactly.
expiring asset. And at that point, you know that first rounder is going to be later, or it's
Yeah.
a couple seconds, whatever it is. It wouldn't be a first or two
So
necessarily.
friggin' bubble wrap him until the deadline.
That's going to be the challenge for anyone, even a contender adding him this summer. It's like, this guy needs to be healthy in the playoffs. What can we do to help him
Yeah.
get there?
I
'Cause
don't
he
need
wants
him
to
in
play
October.
through anything. You have to protect Tanner from himself. He'll keep playing.
Yeah, Sabres need a goalie, right? That's kind of their pressing
Well,
need.
Devin Levi.
No,
will
they
be
got
good.
Levi. They're hanging their hats.
But
on
someone with
Levi.
him is going to be
But they-
important.
you-
Yeah.
You'd want a veteran. of
Tandem
some
there,
sort.
right? Yeah.
Vladar. But they
Vladar,
got those
Levi
kids there. The
tandem. Ooh-wee.
Ukapeka Lukanen.
Yeah, looking in there.
And Comrie was going to be the guy too. And
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
They do like the Lukanen. Him and Levi would be a nice young tandem.
Time for the Pinder Report, a presentation of Village Honda. Paying top dollar for your vehicle, and they've got $1 million to do it. Sell them your vehicle and get a tropical cruise for two. You can find out more online at villagehonda.com. For Village Honda, it's the Pinder Report.
Fellas, it is coach announcement day at the Scotiabank South. I just stabbed my thumb. Jesus. that hurt.
Don't do that.
shouldn't do that.
Ouch.
Why would you do that?
Ow.
Dumb idea. Were you falling asleep?
Huska at 12:30 will be unveiled. Beyond that, we don't know. It sounds like people aren't expecting any announcement beyond to just hear from Conroy and Huska. In fact, the press release doesn't even say Huska, but yeah, just like the last one, they let the news out of the bag before the weekend. We come back, let everyone think about it, and do a press conference. Good article on FlamesNation.ca. Coaches were promoted from assistants to head coach. We see it not work here a few times, but that doesn't mean it hasn't worked elsewhere. Some great examples: Rod Brindamore in Carolina, Don Granato in Buffalo. Dean Evason's been fantastic in Minnesota, given where they were when he took over. Craig Berube, of course, won the Cup as an interim, taking over for your boy Mike Yeo. Lane Lambert's on the island. He was
Bednar?
Bednar was not. He was a head coach in the minor league system before that. And Andrew Burnett came in last year for 1 year and did a great job assistant to head. Interesting names. There's a lot more successes than I thought there we would find. Yeah, no?
Andrew Burnett got fired.
Yeah, he had such a bad year. They won the President's Trophy.
Yep.
He didn't. And to be fair, he didn't have a contract.
Did he get them to the Stanley Cup? I don't think so.
Boy, how we
see it.
the way we talked about Paul Maurice about 4 months ago and now versus Andrew Burnett now. It's interesting. So a good read there if you want it.
Okay, just to interject.
Yeah.
It ain't Paul Maurice hasn't done shit. He changed the goalie in game 4 or against Boston. That was the only
Incredible
Unless
coaching.
Paul Maurice had like a steel pipe and took out that disc in Patrice Bergeron's back, I don't know how you. Yeah.
right? Like, our goalie's horse shit. I guess Bobber, go in.
Bob, I need $950 from you for a month.
Is Bob sober enough to go in?
Bob,
Okay, put him in.
Bob, $950 for a month. Go. See, look what I did, guys.
Paul Maurice,
Aye.
you're brilliant. What great
That's
coaching.
that coach's intuition that hits when your other goalie's got a 750 save percentage.
Odd,
Yeah.
hey?
I feel like maybe
Mm-hmm.
should make a change in that.
You mentioned the Hannafin news. That'll be interesting. We've walked through a lot of the D. It's Tanev, Zadorov, Shillington, and Hannafin. That's a lot. And I like what Elliot said in that piece. All eyes are on Winnipeg because the goalie doesn't want to resign. You know Dubois wants out. Scheifele's been an issue at the last little bit. It's the last year of his deal. It's the final year of Wheeler. It feels like a reset time in Winnipeg. But he said low-key Calgary has a lot of shit going on. That's not news here, but just on a
Mm-hmm.
National League level, there's a lot of intrigue around all the chips that Craig Conroy has at the table. And that was just the D we mentioned. We didn't mention a 30-goal Toffoli. We didn't mention, number one center Elias Lindholm or shutdown center Michael Backlund.
True.
Truth. Let's get to game 5 tonight. Rhett, you going to take your kid to game 6 in Florida on
Is it tonight?
the weekend or
It's
what?
tomorrow night.
Sorry, tomorrow night. It's this Tuesday there. We're getting very excited too early here.
No, I'm not going to Vegas. The youngster is very upset. His good buddy Jackson in Calgary, huge Vegas Knights fan. The banter is just
Yeah.
it's
lot of smack.
it's bordering on crude.
And here, there's a Flames tie-in to the game that we saw, game 4. Check out, is this Jack, our producer here? Calgary's mistake, your cup. He's wearing a Flames jersey with the Panthers fan chain, I think those are called.
It's a terrible sign.
I think it's alluding to the Kachuk trade, obviously, but
When you got to squint to be like, Calgary's your wife?
How is
Calgary's mascot?
How
Your
is
car?
Sam Bennett on the ice down to go? Like, he's really come a long way, that kid.
I almost kicked it to a stick there. That would have been nice.
And the refs are 100% screwing my poor Panteros.
See, I'm kind of with you. The Panthers are definitely getting screwed by the refing, but the refs aren't competent enough to screw one side and not the other.
I see.
That's the thing, right?
It's a nice
You never know who they're going to
What's,
screw.
what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking?
What do
about?
do you have any instances? What are you talking
Well,
about?
everyone, it's the same as everyone. How does Kachuk get cross-checked like that? And no penalty. And the trip, but the phantom
Duclair.
trip the game before. Oh, fuck, 2 minutes. Like,
I
what's
think,
more obvious?
Yeah, the trip was probably
was
in
bad.
real time, maybe easy to call a trip.
Well,
For
what's in
Kachuk-
real time? The cross-check.
For
Can't
Kachuk,
see it? What? I didn't see it.
remember when Kachuk led the league in drawn penalties? Like, hey, you live by the sword, you die by the sword a little bit.
If you,
No.
Mr. Referees, can't call it even and then you should be gone out of the effing game.
Well, what if it's
More
not even?
stupid.
What if one team is?
That's the point. So it doesn't matter if he's good at drawing. That was a cross check. If I cross checked Ryan Pinder in a beer league game, like Kachuk got cross checked,
Please don't.
who's
Promise?
going to the box?
Please promise.
Don't do it.
Me. I'm willing to sacrifice him. Come on.
It's for the team.
It's right in front of him. You didn't want to call it. It's
And look,
bullshit.
I hear what Rhett's saying, and it sounds like about 12 other series we've watched. It's just the state of the officials in this tournament. It's been bad, and
I
it's
think
always
Vegas
bad.
has been very disciplined.
They have.
I think
They
they've
have,
done a
and it
very-
doesn't mean the refs have done a good
that
job.
was not
Those are two
disciplined.
separate things.
Is Peter Angelo getting suspended?
God, no.
Well, do you?
He already has.
But he left the penalty box to get into that scrum
Oh, we'll see. That's right.
at the end of the last game.
Highly illegal. I can remember. I can remember an old Panther, number 55, the Jovo Cop in Dallas. Took 3 steps out of the penalty box, suspended. Didn't even get involved.
Was it the end of the game?
I can't recall.
I think that's.
I think
the
it's
issue
foggy
here, is
around
that,
there,
yeah.
Okay. We'll move along.
Mhm.
Let's go to golf. It happened. Dean, where were you
Hold
when?
on.
It was 69 years ago that we don't need this to burn this place. That was like Saturday. My fault. I hated it and I forgot to delete it. I thought I deleted it. As we were very excited as there's Canadians on the leaderboard. There was as many as 4 in the top 20, I think, through day 1 at the RBC Canadian Open. But better than that, Nick Taylor course record 9 under on Saturday, and then wins the damn thing on Sunday in a playoff. Hole 4 against Tommy Fleetwood. Jams in a 72-footer after getting to the green and 2 on a par 5. That won it. An eagle for the first Canadian to win a Canadian Open since, 69 years ago. Beautiful stuff.
Frozen.
Is Rhett frozen? No.
No,
you
I'm
frozen?
not frozen.
You were listening very
Intently.
Yeah, very intent.
Kind of spaced out there.
Yeah, it's the
Pinder talking,
gummies.
just
Breakfast gummies.
No, the putt was incredible. The reaction was nuts in Toronto. But the best part was Adam Hadwin, one of this large contingent of Canadians that we've been talking about for 5 years on the tour, that was waiting around to watch and see if his Canadian buddy Nick Taylor could do it, and then hosing him down, spraying booze on him, only to get laid out by the security staff. Just art. So there's the embrace. There's Hadwin coming in. Not on my watch. Bang. Do we have Corey Mace on the line?
Shouldn't he have a lanyard? Is that
where is this lanyard?
I mean, it is the Canadian Open and he is Adam Hadwin, but this is probably just security dude.
No, he's wearing jeans.
Next week he's at some music
No,
festival.
he's doing his job.
He's doing his job just
that
great.
Security guard should be commended.
And that photo says it all. It's Taylor hugging his caddy and their best buddy trying to celebrate getting laid out by a future Argonaut. That's
good job.
An amazing weekend. Adam's wife on Twitter has had all kinds of great angles of this. The putt was sensational, and this tournament remains awesome. It's the only PGA event in Canada. It's a national open. It's the third oldest tournament they have on tour that's a non-major, and the fans have been great the last few years. Rory's won a back-to-back, and now this. Finally, the drought over.
Jack, can we get that security guard on the phone? Get him on the phone.
Get Corey Mace on the phone.
That guy deserves a raise.
Laughs all about it.
He wasn't all gaga in the moment. Oh, hey, look at this. No. He saw this guy charging the green. I'm taking this MFer down.
Nick Taylor, after the victory, tweeted out a photo of Adam Hadwin still alive and on a private jet and still drinking after the victory as the Canadians headed off to their next tournament. God bless. I think it's U.S. Open week. Come on. All right. Major League Baseball. It's been a very good month. Not for the Detroit Tigers. There's your Venn diagram from our boy Jay Kuda. Have you won a game yet this month? The answer for everyone in the bigs is yes, except for the Tigers. What day is it today, Rhett? The 12th?
12th.
Oof.
2 weeks.
That's a no bueno, Dean.
It's a skid. It's a skid for sure.
Throw out the undies. It's more than a skid. That's a dreadful run. That's our baseball content for the day. Let's go to UFC. We talked about 289. The Canadians went 6-0, Dino. You talked about the great Canadians on the card. They stood up and represented. The only problem was that a bunch of fans in Vancouver stood up as well, and it didn't go as well for them. All right, we're introducing the fighter. That's Mike Milano. Oh, no! Jeez! Oh, boy. Mr. Aquavelva, I forgot to tighten up the railing on the stairs. Please, if you could give me another chance, I promise it'll never happen again. I hope there aren't any pending lawsuits. Yikes.
Yeah.
Remember that happened to my kid at the Hitman game. He got in shit.
He did.
I almost punched out. The security guard came over and gave him shit. And I'm like, that's a unique approach. Not, are you okay? Or no, you shouldn't be. Anyway.
Can't be rowdy and having fun at a sporting event, right?
No.
What are your kids doing? Jeez. See, it's all these shots of the Flames. That's why he's not the coach right now. Just shots over the bow at CSEC. Come on, Rat.
Security guard.
Careful. Slippery slope there. And speaking of fighting, Conor McGregor. Now, does this got stunt written all over it? Because you never know what's real and what's not. Came out for the Heat game and laid one on the mascot who apparently went to the hospital.
Wow. He got Advil and went home. So it's not that bad. But I don't think that this McGregor guy is wearing me out a little bit.
Just now.
Only now. Now when he's
done it was fighting. Fun for a while, wasn't it? The interviews and kind of.
It feels like it's been 5 years of him on the tailcoats of his own coat, if that makes any sense at all.
The tailcoats.
It makes a lot of sense.
Of his own coat.
Yeah, because he hasn't been a good fighter for a bit now, at least, in terms of the best of the best of the best.
That's an idiom, Dean. I learned about idioms because it's finals this week. So
I thought I was an idiot, but
I wasn't sure.
I'll take idiom.
Tailcoats.
Tails.
Hurt coattails.
Tails. Heads. We'll move along. Calgary FC. Beautiful day yesterday at the pitch. Smoke? Hardly. Patches of blue sky when this thing was going on. The fellas surrendered an early goal, Red. It was not good. Like 4 minutes in. Oh.
Well, they're not ready to play. Come on, Tommy.
You know what it was, though? That goal woke them the hell up like a big cup of Java. They were on fire the rest of the first half. 3-1 at halftime as they got right back on the good foot.
On the fly.
This is their third of the day.
For Vancouver
Beautiful
now.
stuff.
Let's just get to halftime.
Plenty of room on that far side. 3 to aim for in the box.
Dink! Crossbar. Header! Goal!
It has gone in.
There it is. So big victory there, 3-1. Needed the points. They're up to 4th in the table. And Vancouver FC is no good. The expansion team.
No.
Bottom of the table. So they did what they're supposed to do.
Sorry, guys.
And, you like your ribs getting tickled. Guess who I went to the game with? Your boy Trent McClellan.
Oh, yeah?
Trento! He's back in the
always
summer.
there.
Yeah, big supporter. 4 of us went, had a good time.
That's great.
Yeah.
So glad for you.
I'm so
For
happy
Trent.
for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. So good win for Calgary, and the Calgary Surge continue to win, Dino. Picked up a W yesterday against the Saskatchewan Rattlers, Dean. The
Why
Rattlers.
are you coming at me with all Dean? What do you like?
5-1, Dean.
Thanks. Great.
First team in the league to 5-1, Dean. And they're back in Calgary Wednesday and Friday, Dean.
That's
Are you
great.
familiar with target
Ryan?
score, Dean? Do you know what the target score is, Dean?
No.
Okay, so the worst part of the NBA is what? The last 2 minutes can shave like a year off your life. Fouls, timeouts, shots. Fouls, timeout, shots. Inbound, foul, shots. When they get their first whistle after 4 minutes in the CEBL, they add 9 to the leading team's score. That's it. Whoever gets that number first wins. Every game is a walk-off. No clock. Beautiful finish.
What?
Chew on that. I know. I lost
Do it one more time.
Should I, or is it
No,
just,
you
just
should,
to set
because
me up
you
to
can't-
crush me again?
No, you can't. I think you maybe stub your toe a little bit.
Okay.
So-
So the first whistle after the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter,
Regardless of score.
regardless of score, at that point, they add 9 to the leading team's total. If you're at 70, now the target score is 79. Whichever team gets to 79 first wins the game. There's no clock to deal with. It's just the score. And so both teams will know when a team has the ball at a certain possession. This could end the game, and everyone will always leave the building after someone walks off the game.
So if
A
it's-
shot wins the
So the
game.
team
So
leading.
if it's
needs-
70, to
Either team
50
get there.
So if it's 70 to 50 and the whistle
Yes.
blows after the 4th minute,
Yeah.
the team with 50 points has to get 29 to win.
Whoever gets to 79 first would win. If it's
Wow.
79-69, or 70-69, it's still 79 is the target.
I like it.
It's phenomenal. I've never seen it before. And like the one thing that always killed me with the NBA is like, why does this 45 minutes? We've been at 5 minutes, 4:38. Like it just is killing me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a big fan.
Much better explanation the second time around.
Thank you.
Good
And
job.
Thank you for resetting there. Lots of videos coming in from Buffalo. Rhett's back in town, and there was massive celebration. But the problem is the kids have school hangover. This is this morning. I think this is your youngest, Rhett. Didn't want to go to school. Now, Rhett always preaches, the school's stupid. The teachers are dumb. Don't send your kids to school. But he's still making his kids go to school. So look at his kid here. Wising up to the thing.
Whoa.
Hey, take that, Dad.
That would be my
Hey.
So he's taken a sharp object and has slashed his own car tire.
That's the
It's
back of
good
the
that
shoveler's
The 5-year-old has a pocket knife.
Of course,
Yeah.
he's got some switchblade.
Now Rhett was
Rusty
gone
shank.
Rhett was gone for the weekend. So for last week, got back on the weekend. So the shoveler decided to go on a little vacation while Rhett was gone. This is her and her girlfriends. I don't know where this is. It's somewhere tropical. It looks gorgeous.
Very nice.
And they're having fun, which is good. Here we go. Oh, no.
Oh, that's
She's dying, Rhett. She's having a laugh. Where's this slide, Retro?
It's good. That's a great slide. Just it's a couple hours south of Buffalo.
yeah, that's the
Oh, she's spilling out there.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh, she's always had a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
I admire that about the shoveler. Looking great, Rhett. And that's your Pinder report.
There you go. Pinder report brought to you by Village Honda. Turn your vehicle into cash today during the $1 Million Buy-in event. They'll buy yours even if you don't buy theirs. Sellers receive a tropical cruise for 2
That's where
exclusively
that was. Eh?
at Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall. Village Honda is your dealership for life.
Yeah, almost had an old school situation coming home. I guess I didn't tell the shoveler I was on my way back.
You take the early flight home from San Diego. You here for the GB?
You're far too excited for that video today.
Me?
That was great.
You guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both of you guys.
I just, people having a good time. We like having fun. People
Yeah.
laughing, smiling's great.
Yeah.
Feels good. Get the endorphins going.
Do you like the water park?
Love the water park.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
fan.
Yeah, when we were in Mexico for that wedding, big water park. It was
Yeah.
insane. Love it.
There is a cutoff, though. Some of them can be kind of gross.
Oh, they're nasty.
Of course
but
they're gross. It's-
Yeah.
You're trading fun for gross. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm getting a lot of fun, and yes, I'm showering afterwards.
The odd case of pink eye won't kill you. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Pink eye and the brown eye.
Mm.
Now, fortunately,
Mm.
some of what you're about to see was in the Pinder report. We need to do a better job, maybe collaborating.
good.
It's fine though. It's fine though.
Yeah,
It's all
it's
there. It's time for the best of the weekend, brought to you by. I'm going to give it to Say Hearing Loss Clinic.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Hannah, Rhodesy, and everybody at the Hearing Loss Clinic, hearingloss.ca. There you see it. They have 9 locations in all, 4 of them in the city of Calgary. If you're having issues with your hearing, or even if you may not even know it, you may think my hearing's fine. Why would I need to go? Well, just you put it into your routine, much like your dentist or your eye. Go and get your hearing checked. Might surprise you. As I said, 4 locations: Shaughnessy University District, which is beautiful, Northwest in the Crowfoot Business Center, and the North Hill Professional Offices. There's a long list of celebrities and dignitaries.
Well, I know one name was added last week. They're very excited about it.
It's worked for them. It can work for you. On Twitter, at The Hearing Loss. Instagram, they are The Hearing Loss Clinic. For The Hearing Loss Clinic, here is the Boomers' best of the weekend.
Buy him now. Yes. Yes. Go buy him now. Come on, Hart.
And now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow.
No way.
3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
But as long as you got your 26 guys ready to kick ass or kick butt, you're gonna be all right. Sorry, I sweared.
Oh.
Paul, in your mind, what's the biggest reason why you're trailing this series?
They keep scoring more goals than we do.
Good pace. Are you serious? Oh my goodness! Glorious and free. We're storming the 18th green now. They just tackled Adam Hadwin, by the way, who was trying to approach his friend.
We got 2 dogs chasing a cow out in somebody's backyard. What in the world? The hell is it? Oh, dog bites cow. Oh, cow
No.
is in the pool.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Oh my good dog is going in the pool after the cow.
I don't really get too caught up in all the jibber jabber and all the mean things people might say to me, because it's just, I think I'm a cool guy. My dogs think I'm awesome. My teammates like me, and my friends like me. So I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna win. It's simple.
High fly ball to left. Larnach going back. Larnach at the fence. It's gone. Launches it. Deep right center field. It's gone. Got him. Throws him with a fastball. Romano picks up a big save. And the Blue Jays come back from a 5-run deficit to win the ball game.
Come on! Let's go! Come on, Hurry! Come on!
I heard a fan offer free Dippin' Dots if I blew it, which the price of Dippin' Dots with inflation is just unreal. So for a brief moment, I was like, damn, Dippin' Dots sound good. But also, I thought in the back of my head, we win today, we win tomorrow, or tonight. We're going to be here another day. That's more per diem. So that means I can buy my own Dippin' Dots.
Oh! Well, I don't know what rock bottom feels like, but this seems like it's awfully close.
Oh, boy.
Plot just keeps going. Yeah, whatever.
I think 3 words every time I'm out there. The first one's a swear word, starts with F. Second word's attack. Third one's win. And I just repeat that to myself. Unless, there's a breach in the system and I walk a guy and I got to tell myself I'm a few different things that isn't a winner.
Dog is biting cow. Cow puts him under the water, dunks him.
FBI department across the board, but with 2 outs, 28 of those.
Oh,
52.
You know what? Right, that was. Yeah, that was. I'm gonna dive regardless. Didn't really need to. Saw this earlier, and then this one gets completely zoomed. So we need to take a couple steps back and get back to be fundamentally sound.
What's this in the background? Oh my goodness, we got a cowboy coming in. We got a cowboy coming in. Oh, he's got a lasso. Oh my goodness. No, 2 cowboys. Shallow end, lasso. Oh, he's doing a lasso thing. Oh my goodness, he got the cow with the lasso.
Here's one last one for you.
Yeah, no problem.
You've heard this before.
Yeah.
When people say Kenny Powers, what do you think?
I think, damn, I'm doing a good job. Because like I said, the dude took 86 to the big leagues after being out of the big leagues. You kidding me? You kidding me? He took that and turned it into a winner. So people are like, "Oh, Kenny Powers." I'm like, I might throw a little differently, a little firmer than he did after he started boozing and doing drugs. But that probably won't be a big part of my life as it was his. But hey, it's Kenny P. He's a winner.
He's a winner.
Tough to debate that, really.
That's hard to debate. Yeah,
some gold there.
You don't want to get into the drugs and the booze, though, as Kenny.
Be careful. It's a slippery slope. Kenny's well documented.
There you go. If you're feeling like you're having issues with your hearing, visit one of Hearing Loss Clinic's 4 Calgary locations for an evaluation. 2022 Chamber of Commerce Professional Services Excellence Award winner. They are the very best. They are the Hearing Loss Clinic. HearingLoss.ca.
The putt was monster, eh? Wasn't that crazy?
What's this?
The putt?
Incredible, right? It's
longest putt of his career in the PGA. On a playoff hole. On his home tournament, the only event in Canada with his best buddies watching.
Happy for him.
After setting a course record the day prior. Pretty good.
Never met him. Don't know him. Happy for him. Probably won't meet him. Long shot.
I'm trying to remember the golf course. Him and Hadwin are both, I think, BC guys. Golfs with Dan Murphy all the time. Beauty.
It's great.
Lasso?
Lasso. Lasso?
Yeah.
Lasso?
A lasso.
You lassoed him? No?
Well, you might have lassoed someone.
With a lasso?
You would use a lasso.
I'm definitely not the expert. I'm asking.
Yeah. I think it'd be a lasso.
Is that French?
Lasso? Not sure. What'd you eat this weekend?
Oh. You had all that meat. Did you finish it all before you left?
No. I remember I hopped on a flight and ended up with nothing.
Is it all just sitting at your house?
It's in my fridge. You want it?
Oh, in your fridge. I'll go get it. I'll go get it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's going to be a race between you and Trev, isn't it?
It's true. My brother did pick up his truck from the house the other day, so it's possible it's been removed.
You know what I did yesterday, Rhett? And I'll you know, it takes a little bit of time and it takes some planning, but it's the easiest thing and it's so worth it. Brining your chicken.
Oh yeah.
See, I mean, if it's the easiest thing. It's not hard, but it is night and day. Because I just analyzed the group to see if they were going to notice, because they don't know what the hell goes on in the kitchen. I'm the one that cooks in the house.
Don't say thank you. They just show up and expect more.
Bite number one. Wow, what'd you do with this chicken? What's up with this chicken? What's with the chicken?
Bam.
Figured. Yeah.
You won dinner, Dean.
Yeah, it was put it in a little it's not hard, right? It's not hard.
Heat up some water, some salt. What else you put in there?
I put in some soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
I put in some sage and some thyme, and so I cracked some peppercorns. I just kind of kink, and put them in. Just a little bit of lemon pepper spice and some red chili flakes. Give it a little bit of a kick. And you let it sit in the whatever you're doing. Put it in a glass bowl. Don't put it in plastic. Put a glass bowl with saran. Put it in a Ziploc bag, and just let it sit. Let it sit for a few hours. 4 hours, 3 hours. Let it sit all day, and then I just did the beer can thing. I took more of that kind of marinade, if you want to call it that. Put it into an empty can. Clunk, barbecue, roast it.
Clunk.
Oh. So good.
Can you brine it in buttermilk?
Yes.
I've never done that.
You can, and it's good, buddy. I haven't done that with the whole chicken, but I've cut it into, I've cut up the whole chicken and used the pieces. And yes. The buttermilk's a weird one because you'd never drink it because it's disgusting. But you know what? I've got, there's a tremendous fruit dip kind of a deal. You want to hear it?
I'm not big for fruit dip.
It's super quick though. You like it?
Hate fruit. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No.
Vanilla pudding.
Dipping in fruit dip.
Fruit. Strawberries, berries, pineapple. You know what you can do? You could put it on your.
Oh, I thought you meant like a buffalo chicken dip where the fruit was already in there.
No. You put it on your pancake or your waffle.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, you've won me over.
Banana pudding mix. Use the buttermilk instead of milk. And then a tub, and I know you know about these, a tub of the Cool Whip. It just gives you enough of a kind of a, because everything else is very sweet. The buttermilk just kind of cuts it a little bit. You'd love it.
Sounds good, but the fruit, I don't know.
Yeah, it's what it is though. It's just that's just the vehicle to get that delicious dip into
you're transporting dip. You're not really worried about.
You could use crackers. You could use chicken wings. It don't
Fingers,
matter
if no one else is there.
Yeah,
whatever.
Spoons,
shovel,
whatever. Yeah, just kind of take the bowl and just kind of just tip her back. I feel like it's going to be a dip summer.
Okay,
summer of dips.
Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots. The inflation's crazy.
Per diem.
Yeah, it's crazy. We'll do the Betway Bets and call it a day.
Sure, yes.
Hoops. They're not doing the 9.
I'm hooping it. Yeah.
They're not doing the 9-point deal with Jokic. They're making you run out the clock. They're doing the whole
the target score. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it's
downtown last game. Did you
went
see
from
that?
Downtown? Trays?
Way downtown.
Yeah, way downtown.
Count it.
Betway Bets of the day. Get the Betway app on your phone. Bet the responsible way. It's Betway, our proud betting partner here at Barn Burner and Flames Nation.
Make the foul count and 1.
We will go to the hoops. It's the Miami Heats and the Nuggets.
Oh,
Nuggets lead every quarter.
Jeez.
Plus 100. And then
Nuggets.
Oh my God, Jack.
Nuggets. Hey, this is good.
He's looking.
Why are you upset?
What
you
did I
be
do?
happy.
What did I? Oh,
Nuggets. We know what he means. He's now pulling your.
Are you impaired?
No, he's not impaired.
He's overstimulated with his silly energy drinks.
This isn't Kikuchi over 5.5 assists at the Memorial
This is
Cup.
fine.
So just calm down.
I wouldn't have noticed if you didn't point it out.
Nougats.
You're a
Nougats.
stickler for details, Dean.
That ain't stickler. That's
You need
great
a
too.
lot of things to happen there to even money. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Nuggets money line.
Nuggets are going to win. This thing's over.
Nuggets.
Jokic and Butler, 25 each, plus 105.
I've kind of got some similar bets in here. I'm also dancing on the Game 5 of the NBA Final. It's weird. It's the NHL Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Finals.
Yeah, I don't know.
9.5 is a big line. I think Miami, their season's on the line. Make it closer than that. You're going to lose, but maybe not by 10. Keep it within 10. And then Jokic and Murray both to get just 20 plus 110. Yeah, that feels like free money.
All this nougat talk.
Oh, delicious.
What is nougat?
Caramel nougat?
Like I know it's in like a chocolate bar type
Yeah.
of thing. Are you making that at home? What is?
I bet you it's not far off that bark that you make around Christmas, or the shoveler makes, when she's not doing the water slide.
No, I don't think.
No,
I think you're off.
You think it's a lot different than bark?
Yes,
Okay.
I think nougat is like a hard, like a caramel. It's like because this is chocolate. The bark is melted chocolate.
No, I know. I just mean like the consistency, like it would snap. It wouldn't bend, probably, right? Or it's crunchy.
I'm gonna have a hard time taking your opinion on.
I'm very much throwing darts here.
Yeah,
I'm not an
You're
expert in
trying.
this field.
I'm sure you could make a bark type thing with nougat, but like, what is it? Do you make it?
Is it nuts with caramel and chocolate something? I don't know.
What is nougat? A confection made with sugar or honey that's cooked and then whipped with egg whites to aerate it.
What? So you're saying it's
No
airy
clue.
and fluffy?
Not doing it.
Is nougat just marshmallow?
See you tomorrow, Dean.
Yep. Keep up the good work, fellas.
All right, Rhett, you enjoy Buffalo today.
Let's go nougats.
Not going to be.
Take that off the screen. Oh, he's gone. Okay, fuck it. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
Are we done?
Are we done? We're done.
Ooh, that's bad.